There's no health without mental health. There's no health without mental health. There's no health without mental health. And so say all of us. You know, that's our song. Good day, everyone, from where you're watching me all over the world. This is Mind Matters with Dr. Nubi, your regular host. And I'm happy that you're here. I'm happy that you subscribed, so I believe. And I'm happy that you will share this particular video, and also you will like the video so that more people can get to be helped through our education and our advocacy. If you remember our last video, we talked about coping strategies. We talked about normal coping strategies or adaptive, and then we talked about non-adaptive or maladaptive. And I encourage us that we should try as much as possible to use adaptive coping strategies that will not further harm us or harm the people around us or cause mental illness. Today, I will be continuing with that, and that is, how do we maintain mental fitness? How do I maintain mental fitness? Are you mentally fit? Was the question I asked in my last video. And then many people have been asking me, oh, Dr. Nubi, how do we maintain mental fitness? How do we keep mentally fit? I know how to keep physically fit by going to gym, by doing the different aerobics. How do I keep mentally fit? And the answer is simple. By following the rules and regulations of everyday life. You wake up, you engage in discussion with people, you watch news, you go on social media, you interact in your place of work, you interact with your children, your spouse, you do a lot of things, you go into transport system, you take transportation to work. All these things, all you need to do is to make sure that at the back of your mind, your mental sanity is the watchword. So let's look at the life of Mr. Lukman. Mr. Lukman wakes up in the morning, food is not ready, and he begins to shout. He has already started his day badly. He is not paying attention to his mental health. He goes out of the house, and then as he drives around, maybe in the city of Lagos, for example, then he begins to honk, he begins to go through the hustle and bustle. He is not paying attention to his mental fitness. The honking and everything, he wants to get to work on time, he decided to take one way. Last man decided to arrest him. He did not put attention to his mental health. Before he left, he has already said he was going to achieve 7 things in a day. When he knew that with the way things going, he may not be able to achieve more than 3. He has not put attention or put premium on his mental health. He can never be mentally fit. If you know you are going to do just 3 things, why don't just 3 things? Because what will happen is, if you have already set your goal to do 7 things and you only achieve 3, if you achieved 3, you are going to be so annoyed and so mad at yourself that, oh, today was just wasted. Today wasn't wasted. It was because at the beginning of the day, you were overambitious and you set excessive goals for yourself. Maintaining mental fitness. This is something that I will do in 3 parts. I mentioned the part 1, this is part 2, and then we have the 3rd part. But still talking about it, the goal. A young man comes to you and says, I want to build a house before December. How now? Come on. And you say, no, don't negate it. I will achieve it. And then you begin to borrow, you begin to moron, netta, scatter, and by November you become depressed. Visions have not been actualized. Why? Because you did not follow the SMART goal. Was it specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-based? If one is missing out of the SMART, you are not going to achieve it, and then you'll be mentally down. You cannot keep mentally fit in that way. What are the goals you set for yourself? I tell people, cut your coat according to your clothes, not according to your size. If you have a 2-yard, you use it to sew upper part, the shirt, and if it is a knicker, you don't have to say, oh, I want to sew trouser out of it, because you only have 2 yards. So you cut your coat according to your clothes. Learn to know that life is a cosine graph. As it moves up, it goes down. It is not linear. So your mentality is another way. If you don't change your mentality, you like to copy others, you believe that everything just has to go on smoothly, all the way up, you'll be disappointed along the line. And that is not how to keep mentally fit. That is not how to keep mentally fit. The goal you set for yourself. So, as much as possible, we have talked about Mr. Lukman, who left home and set so many goals for himself. The road rage, transportations, and everything. And it is important for us to know that we do not need to copy others. In setting goals, look at your ability. Look at your strengths. Look at your capacity. You don't have to say, oh, my friend is able to do 10 things in a year, therefore I will achieve 10. No. Oh, my friends are taking their children to private school, therefore I'm going to take. If you cannot afford, why put pressure on yourself? Why put pressure on yourself? That is not to keep mentally fit. In the next part of this video, I'll be talking about effect of watching bad news, effect of being in a toxic environment, toxic relationship. All those are things that will not make us to have mental fitness. But let me focus on, everyday activity and goal setting, especially goal setting. And I've told us that your goal must be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-based. You cannot set unrealistic goal and then put yourself under pressure and you think you want to maintain mental fitness. You know what happens, friends? Let me tell you something. The moment you set a goal, your brain is triggered and you want to achieve it. You know what happens? Different neurochemicals are secreted in the brain. And when you now feel like a failure, that you have not achieved the goals you set for yourself, there will be what we call reduction in secretion of some hormones like serotonin. And once you don't have serotonin in your brain, depression sets in. That is why you see that when you are achieving your goals, you are secreting serotonin, dopamine, prolactin, oxytocin, all those things, and you'll be feeling good. So the sense of achievement make you to, that sense makes you to secrete beautiful neurotransmitters. These are chemicals in the brain that is helping us. The chemicals in the brain. And that's why you are motivated, you are happy. But the moment you are not able to achieve your goal, or the moment you feel disappointed in yourself, the moment you feel life has not treated you well, the moment you feel that you have been shortchanged, the moment you feel that you have missed it, low production of some of these good hormones. And then what happens? What happens when you have low production? I will tell you after this break. But don't forget, this is My Matters with Dr. Nubi. I will be right back. I was asking you the other time, I said, what happens when you are not able to secrete necessary hormones? Because of disappointment, you feel you've been shortchanged. The brain goes into that mode that you are a failure. And then depression is the order of the day. That is why the person becomes so depressed. The person is so down. The person feels that, life is not worth living. And all because you did not set the realistic goal, you feel like a failure. If I know that I want to keep mentally fit, and I know that I need to cut my clothes according to my clothes, then I will set goals that are realistic and measurable and achievable, time-based. I will set goals not based on what my friends are doing. I'm not going to do copycats. I'm not going to say, oh, if they can do it, then I need to do it. I begin to do things. If I know that I cannot afford a brand of car, I'm not going to buy Jeep if I know that I cannot afford fuel. I'm going to buy Toyota, I'm going to buy Mazda, I'm going to buy Nissan or any other one that I know will not consume fuel. I'm not in any competition with anybody. Why? Because my mental fitness, my mental health matters to me. Some of us, we don't know that decisions that we take in life affect our mental health. When you set goals for yourself, the kind of lifestyle you want to live, luxuries you want to get, some of us will throw away our mental health. You cannot be mentally fit if you want to continue to copy others or you want to continue to do things that you know that your strength cannot achieve. Oh, if I cannot achieve it with money, then I'm going to get loan. That is another problem. And I'm aware there are many loan companies now. There are many loan applications. As a matter of fact, we are going to what we call debt syndrome, where you just continue to accumulate debt upon debt. Tell me, Because you want to achieve so good, because you've taken your children to private school, you've got that Jeep, you've built a house in a luxurious place that you are paying high mortgage on. You know what happens? You go through stressors. This stress, will begin to affect you. You'll not be able to sleep. Blood pressure. And all this have negative feedback on the brain. The stress of life will begin to happen. All because of the desire. All because of the goals that you set for yourself. That you know is not realistic. Don't forget, we're talking about maintaining mental fitness. How do I keep mentally fit? How do I ensure that the way I'm taking care of my physical health, I can also take care of my my mental health? There is no syllabus that says, oh, these are the things you should do. It is you. You are the one that will set that syllabus for yourself. There's nothing like 11 ways to keep mentally fit, 15 ways to keep mentally fit. No. What are the goals you are setting? You are the one that is setting the goal. You are the one that decided to take your children to school you cannot afford, decide to buy the car, decide to buy the house, decide to live a luxury life, decide to travel where you cannot afford it, decide to do many things. It's for you to come back to the drawing board. What is stressing me? What is happening to me? Who am I trying to impress? Who am I competing with? And that's why I decided to stop at goal setting today. There are many things that we need to do. And in the third part, I'll be talking about maintaining mental fitness through other ways. Today I've talked about relationship. When you are hungry with your partner, when you are hungry with your children, you are secreting stress hormone. All the cortisols, all those things, they are not going to help you. The adrenalines are cool and cool. You don't need them. Road rage, transportation system, trying to, all those things will not help. And then we talk about setting goals, unachievable ones. Now, in my last part of this series on maintaining mental fitness, I'm going to be talking about other things that we do and will inadvertently affect our mental health. And there's no way we can keep mentally fit if you continue to do that. And before I end this particular topic today, I still say there's no health without mental health. You cannot say you are healthy if you are not sound in your mind. It's important for you to subscribe because I plan to dish out several things, several informative topics on mental health. You cannot afford to miss any of my topics. It's also important for you to share this. Don't be selfish. Let each one reach one so that the world can be a better place. I want to make Mental Health Ambassador out of you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And always remember, there's no health without mental health. See you in the next